Hey friends, welcome to my channel. Let's get crafty. And don't forget, this video has an awesome giveaway. For this project, we are going to need 4 long painter sticks, a bunch of clothespins, and a cute star to put on top of our Christmas tree. Now, we are going to take 2 painter sticks and we are going to measure out the length we need at the top. And we're going to be starting up at the top where that groove is, where you could put your hand to hold the painter stick. And we're going to use our miter box and we are going to cut out 4 different sizes. They're going to start getting longer as they go, and then we're going to take some hot glue and some wood glue for that long-term, short-term hold, and then we're going to just put that right on and glue all of them down into place. Now I wanted to make sure mine didn't fall apart, so I went ahead and used my staple gun, and then I'm also going to add my star at the top. At this point it has started to look like a little Christmas tree, and we're going to need something to put it in. So we're going to take one of these boxes from the Dollar Tree that normally has a drawer in it. I took the drawer out because I wanted to put some florals and picks inside of it. So you can see here that I've pushed down into the foam. Now I'm going to add some glue, slide that back inside, and then to make sure that it has a nice, good, firm hold in there, I'm going to also use my staple gun on the back side of the box. These are all going to be covered up with paint in a little bit, which is, you're seeing me here using my green, and then on the bottom of the box, I didn't show me painting that, but I painted that one white. But you can honestly paint this whatever you want. If you're going for a more modern farmhouse look, you can paint it black, and you can paint it any other colors that you might like for your holiday season. Now I'm going to take 2 strips of ribbon and I'm going to create the easiest bow ever without fussing with tying it, and you're just going to bring in the ends and create a really cute bow. I like to call this my faux bow because it's just so fast. And then I add a little button in the middle to conceal that it's not actually tied. Now I'm going to use some picks from the Dollar Tree, put that inside, and then add on some of those clothespins so that you can put your cards on for the Christmas season. I hope you enjoyed this first DIY. I love to do a couple easy ones here and there for new crafters. Now today is the Friend Friday Hop, and if you don't know how it works, each Friday I team up with different YouTubers, and this week for my first one I'm teaming up with all of these lovely talented ladies. Now linked down below in my description box is going to be a link to the next person's channel. It's a surprise, so when you click on the link it'll take you to that next person, and then as you keep hopping along from one channel to the next, you will circle all the way back around here to my channel. It's going to be so exciting because everybody is showing Christmas DIYs today for our collab. And if you're new coming over from their channel, welcome. My name is Heidi Sonboul and I love doing DIYs. And today this giveaway is a $200 gift card to Amazon. It's really easy to enter. All you have to do is leave a comment on every person's video in this hop and you will be eligible to win the $200 gift card. Now this next craft, I'm really excited about it because there are some of these really beautiful big ornaments that I see people hanging sometimes on their front doors, on their porch, sometimes hanging somewhere in their home. We are going to take all of these random pieces and make some beautiful large vintage farmhouse ornaments. So what we're going to do to start for the first one is we're going to use 2 of these cups from the Dollar Tree, a large ornament from the Dollar Tree, and then these little cups, I like to call them Sacrament Cups. They remind me of the little cups that we use at church when we take the sacrament. So I'm going to be using 2 of those, and you can see that I'm using my E6000 and some hot glue for the long-term, short-term hold. And once you've got everything in place, you've got the 2 cups, the 2 bowls, and the ornament, then you're going to add back on your cap. So you can see here I'm using some hot glue. Now beware when you put the hot glue on the metal cap from the ornament, it will burn your fingers because you're just heating up metal, and fingers on metal that's hot will burn you. So now we're going to move on to the next ornament. I'm going to use some champagne cups from the Dollar Tree, a large ornament, 2 Sacrament Cups, and then 2 bottoms from the champagne glasses. So you're going to see here that I'm putting the 2 champagne glasses, one on the top and the bottom of the ball, and then I'm coming back in with the 2 extra bottoms from the champagne glasses, and I'm just putting those all together. And then at the bottom I added on one of those little sacrament cups like I called earlier, and we're going to just glue them all into place so everything is nice and snug on there with our glue. Now at the very top, you're going to go ahead and add on again that metal piece, so that way it's nice and secure and has a way to be able to hang up our ornaments. Now these are actually really lightweight, which is really awesome because they are all these clear pieces of plastic that you're seeing me work with. So now we're going to make one more size of these ornaments. It's going to be the smallest one. I'm taking this long, I think they're like long shot glasses. I don't know. I don't drink alcohol, but it's these longer, they look like shot glasses to me. And then a smaller ornament, a sacrament cup. That's kind of weird to say, a shot glass with a sacrament cup. I don't know. We're going to just keep moving forward from that. And then you're going to put the top on. So here all 3 of them are. You can see how they all have different sizes, but they all have a consistent look to them. And now to tie them all together, we're going to take some of this bling from the craft section at the Dollar Tree, and we are going to wrap it around all of the joints because we want to hide that they're all these different pieces. When you put this on, it's going to conceal that seam line, and it's going to give the coolest texture ever. Now these type of ornaments, for one, can start anywhere from $25 and go all the way up to $100 depending on their size. These are the really big ornaments that you would see on like the Christmas trees at Disneyland, and I just think they're so cool how big they are, but I don't want to pay the price for these ornaments. So now at the round part, you can see that I ended up doing an X pattern on the actual ornament, the round ornament, and then right at their joining point I came down the champagne glass and wrapped it around. So basically anywhere where you have a joint or an edge, you're going to go ahead and put some of the bling. Then I took them outside and I spray painted them a really pretty Christmas red, and I'm gonna now go in and I'm going to distress with white. Now I love distressing with white. I don't get to do it too often, but whenever I do, it just has the coolest effect when you work with a really bright color. It really helps almost calm the color down some. It makes it look more vintage looking, and I think it looks so pretty. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our small paintbrush and we're just tapping it on top of that bling so it goes into all of those grooves and crevices, and then you're going to wipe away any extra that is too much because you want to still be able to see the red coming through. Now we're going to take some of these tie garlands that you can get at the Dollar Tree. I love these things whenever they come out. I always try to grab a bunch of them because I use them all throughout the Christmas season. And then here's that berry garland that you all know I love so much. I'm going to sneak that through the very top where our little holder or our little loop is to be able to hang up our ornament, and then I'm going to twist it all on, and then I wrap it around my finger to get this coiled look, and I'm just going to keep playing with it until I get the look that I like. Now we're also going to be adding on some ribbon to make it look really pretty and give it that Christmassy look. So I have this Believe ribbon, and again that buffalo check ribbon that the Dollar Tree is carrying for the Christmas season. And then to make it look extra special, I'm also going to add on some lace to be able to hang it up. And then, because I always try to find a way to sneak in little buttons and little details, we're going to add a button to the center of our bow. Now I don't want my lace to move, so I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue and pull the knot down to kind of conceal that at the bottom. I want the top of the ribbon loop to be really pretty. And then the Dollar Tree over at the checkout area always has their buttons, so I'm going to add on green buttons in the middle of each one, and all together with these 3 different sizes, it creates the most beautiful look. These can be really pretty on a table, they can be pretty hung up on a huge Christmas tree if you have a really big one and you don't want to pay those big prices for the ornaments. Now I have a couple challenges I want to tell you all about. First is the DIY challenge. The next one is going to be on November 13th. The theme is Christmas, and these are the rules to play along. The other is over on Instagram. Every single week on Wednesday, I team up with my friend Shayna and we host the Dollar Tree DIY tour. It is so much fun. If you want to hear about it, come on over, send me a message, and I will give you all the instructions on how to play. It doesn't cost anything. All you have to do is have an Instagram account and love doing Dollar Tree DIYs. For this DIY, friends, when I saw these wood boxes come out, the first thing I thought was advent calendar. And this was back at the beginning of this year, 2020, which has not been very nice to us. 2020 can go away now. I'm ready for it to leave. Leave a comment down below and let me know if you're ready for 2020 to leave as well. Just like me and my family, we are just ready to say goodbye to it. Anyway, when I saw these boxes come out, I just was so excited because I thought they would be so cute stacked up into a house to create an advent calendar. Now, a little bit about Heidi is that I'm kind of obsessed with advent calendars. I love them in any form I can get them. A cheese one from Aldi's, a chocolate one from Trader Joe's, you know, just a Christmas one filled with scriptures. I love them all. So what I did was I made sure all of the boxes were all aligned by, I kept checking the back and the sides, and you're going to want to play with them first before you actually start gluing them all together. That is the trick, because they do come in different sizes. Once they're all glued, I'm going to take these 3 signs that I had left over from the fall season, but they do have some long ones like this right now for Christmas out, and I'm going to just basically put my house on top, and I'm going to trace out the roof. Now you can see that I use some painter sticks because that's what we're going to be putting on for the roof line. And I'm going to then take my craft knife, I'm scoring it, snapping it, and cutting off any messy edges. It is pretty cool being able to use these boards because they do snap really easy and you can use them for great support or to build really cool crafts with them. I love breaking them apart into my own style and my own plans. So what we're going to do is on the back side, we are going to glue these 3 pieces for the house. This is going to help support the roof. You're going to see it all come together here in just a few more minutes. I'm going to go ahead and put these 3 pieces on, making sure the roof line lines up right with the bottom of the house so that there's not any issues when we go to stand it up. And then we're going to take our staple gun and we are going to ever so carefully come right onto the edge of those boxes. There's enough of a thick lip on those boxes that you can staple through them without it coming out on both sides. On your staple guns, there should always be a little line marker showing right where the staples shoot out, and that's what I'm doing, is I keep checking to make sure that that's lined up on the right spot. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my painter sticks, and I've got to cut them down because they're obviously too long. Now while I'm cutting those down, you're going to see that I butted one side up to the next up at the top. So the top and the side are brought together. I didn't miter these edges. I'm just simply bringing them together because we're going to staple those at the top in just a minute. So I'm going to go ahead and cut those down, and you're going to need 2 of them for each side of the roof because we need the roof to be as thick as the boxes. So you're going to see that there's 2 that are the same and 2 that are the same, and 2 of them are longer than the other because that's where the seam comes together for the rooftop. Now we need to bring these pieces together because right now they're just painter sticks that are separate. So I'm going to use these thick tongue depressor sticks, and I'm going to put those with some hot glue right on the center so that it can strengthen it and bring them together as one unit. Then at this point we can go ahead and bring them together. Now I'm going to go ahead and use some hot glue and wood glue, and you can see just how I brought it on the side and the top together so that we don't have to worry about mitering the edges, and it's stronger like this because now it'll be a big enough area to be able to staple through. So once you've got it stapled through, and by the way, ignore that my camera was all tilted, twisted. I don't know what happened here, but you can see my 1970s floor. There it is in my basement. Now, because I made this silly mistake, I wish I had actually had the scarecrows facing back, because then I could have just painted the side that's raw white, But, oh well, I didn't do that. So if you make the mistake, no worry, just like I did, cover it up with some scrapbook paper, and then you can add on your roof. Now the reason why I'm saying you could face those scarecrows back, because in just a second you're going to see me cover it with a really cute fabric, and it really finishes off the look nicely on the back side. So once you've got your glue on for your roof and everything is nice and pressed down and in place, you then can go ahead and flip it over and staple that together as well. Remember, take your time on that and get your staples as straight as you can. If it goes through, no worries, you can always pull them out with some of your pliers that you have on hand. Now I painted all of the base of the house white, and I'm painting the rooftop black because I'm going for a really pretty Magnolia Home advent calendar look without paying their super expensive prices. Now I'm sure you're thinking, wait, Heidi, you spent $25 on all of these boxes. Yes, that's true. But let me say this. I ended up pulling the boxes out because the drawers, I pulled those out because I'm going to be doing something else with those. So really, if you cut that price in half, I can end up doing 2 advent calendar type projects with these boxes from the Dollar Tree. It's actually like a 2-for-1 thing when you take them apart. So here I am on the back side. You saw me put the house down on the fabric. I traced around it with a pencil, and now I'm cutting it out. And can I say thank you to one of my subscribers who sent me this really cute tool. Y'all know that I always burn my hands and my fingers. I actually have really tough hands from working at restaurants a ton when I was a teenager. I was really good at being a waitress and a hostess and I don't know. So I used to carry a lot of hot plates, but every once in a while the hot glue gets me, and boy, oh boy, does it hurt when it actually does. So I'm just using that tool to help with the hot glue. So thank you so much for friends who care and send me things in the mail. That means so much to me. Now at this point, I'm going to go ahead, I added on my little letter stickers, and then I'm going over with some Mod Podge to make sure they stay on there. And now inside the house, to clean up my lines a little bit, I'm going to use some of this lace ribbon. I thought this would be pretty and finish the look. I hope you enjoyed these 3 DIYs today. I had so much fun making them. I tried to make an easy, medium, and a little bit more challenging. Don't forget to go and check out all the girls in the hop that are linked down below and enter the giveaway, because we want to give that $200 to a well-deserving viewer who has been with us and loves us and watches our videos. We're so grateful that we all want to give back this Christmas season. Thanks so much for stopping by. Leave a comment down below to let me know which one was your favorite, and until the next episode, bye friends.